Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Live from the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa, it is day number 2 of the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip. Hello again, everyone, and welcome inside the BOK Center. I'm Todd Miller, along with my longtime friend and good buddy, Matt Adair. It's been a long time since we've shared a broadcast together. About to do that, Caitlin LaFortune is producing our broadcast here this afternoon. We have the girls' semifinal matchup coming your way. Edmond Memorial out of Class 6A, 6-1, will take on Booker T. Washington out of Class 5A. The Hornets come in with a record of 5-1. Yesterday, Booker T. Washington had no problems dispatching of injury-riddled Kiefer, 67-29. Memorial eased past Verdigris, 47-29. And Matt, boy, it's great to be with you here on Squirtle. Fun couple of days, and one more on Championship Friday coming up as some of the best high school basketball in the state is right here in T-Town.
Been an absolutely incredible adventure, especially for me. First time that I've gotten to be a part of a broadcast team for the Tournament of Champions. BOK is an amazing venue. Squirtle has been fantastic for us, and I'm just thrilled to be here.
All right, you saw Booker T. Washington yesterday. Again, no problem defeating Kiefer 67-29. The Lady Trojans, you hope or wished would have been healthy, because they could have been a real threat to go deep, maybe even win this tournament had they been healthy. Their top 2 players out for the year with knee injuries. What were your thoughts, though, on Booker T?
I liked what Booker T did yesterday. They were aggressive. They played really solid defense. I think one of their biggest keys is that they play so well together as a team. You can tell that this is an exceptionally well-coached ball club. They've got a lot of knowledge of the game. They always seem to be in the right spots, but it was the competition and the things that don't show up in the stat sheet for me. It was the blockouts that led to good rebounds. It was the pass that led to the assist. Coming down the floor, the fast breaks, and the unselfish play that I think really put them over the top.
This is a very talented Booker T. Washington team, as you might expect, and it all starts with a 6-foot junior, Markayla Johnson. She already is committed to Baylor University and showed the folks here in T-Town yesterday why she is a Big 12 conference recruit. 19 points, 8 rebounds. She had a block, 3 steals, 5 assists, and was 8 of 15 from the floor.
She was exceptional, and I agree. She is a Division I level talent, and when you watch her play, it's very evidently a part of her bag. It's not anything that she's forcing herself to do. The game comes to her very naturally. She's just a smooth ball handler. Cool under pressure, just the perfect attitude, never too high, never too low out there on the floor.
Edmond Memorial counters with her own Division I hopeful. That is Avery Jolmstead. The 6'1" junior came off of the bench yesterday for disciplinary reasons, had missed or was late to a practice, so she came off, still responded with 15.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and played 26 minutes. Those were second only to the 27 minutes from Janiah Williams. Williams was the only other Lady Bulldog in double figures, 15.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals over those 27 minutes. In Memorial east past Verdigris 47-29. In doing so, the Lady Bulldogs shot 37%, and one of the reasons their field goal percentage was low, Matt, they just didn't shoot the ball well from 3 at all. They were just 3 of 13. Statistically, coming into this tournament, they're 23% from beyond the arc, and that is even with Avery Jolmstead, who, again, is getting big-time looks from big-time programs across the country.
Well, they took such good-looking shots. Everybody was in rhythm. They didn't have hands in their faces. They weren't forcing them up. Just like you said, in this venue, for whatever reason yesterday, they couldn't get the basket to fall from behind the arc.
Edmond Memorial comes in with a record of 6-1. Booker T. Washington is 7-1. Their only loss came to Tahlequah in the finals of the Tahlequah tournament, 45-41. Tahlequah, incidentally, is into the consolation finals here in Tulsa tomorrow at noon. They will play Verdigris, the 7th-place game, our first game here on day number 3 on Squirtle, Riverside, and Kiefer. The winner of this game will play at 7 o'clock against Sapulpa, the loser against 4A heavyweight Lincoln Christian. Back with the starting lineups, and we'll tip it off next from Tulsa. It's game 1 of the night session, game 5 of the day. Edmond Memorial and Tulsa. Booker T. Washington is next here on Squirtle.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Back at the BOK Center, as you see the starting lineups being introduced. First of all, for Booker T. Washington, coached by Rabu Leva. They'll start Kylan Johnson-Cooper, a 5'5 sophomore. She was in double figures yesterday in the first round win over Kiefer with 10 points. Tiara Owens is a 5'4 junior. She had 16 points, 5 rebounds, was 2 of 4 from 3 yesterday in the quarterfinal win here at the BOK. Markayla Johnson, the Baylor commit, 6-foot junior, is in the starting lineup, 19-8 yesterday in the win over Kiefer. Ryan Mayberry is a 5'7 junior, and Bailey Braxton, a 6'3 junior, the starters for Booker T. Washington. For Rachel Crayball in her 4th season at Edmond Memorial, she's been in the school district for 12 years, 8 as an assistant, the last 2 under Kurt Knox, in which Edmond Memorial went 30-20. They'll start Avery Jolmstead. Again, she came off the bench yesterday at 15.7 rebounds. Brooklyn Aska is a 5'8 junior, averaging 2.5 points, but had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and assist in the steal yesterday. Taylor Morris is a 5'8 senior. Janiyah Williams is a 5'10 junior, and Addie Johnson, a 5'7 senior. Again, yesterday, Janiyah Williams with 27 minutes played. Avery Jolmstead off the bench with 26. Booker T, as you can see, the lower team of the bracket, so they will wear their road black and orange uniforms. Second straight day, Edmond Memorial wears the home white and maroon. Winner will get Sapulpa in the championship game tomorrow night. Loser will play for 3rd place at 4 o'clock against Lincoln Christian. And here we go. The final girls semifinal of the day is underway. Day number 2 of the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions. Booker T has controlled the opening tip. Kylan Johnson-Cooper operates out front against the compacted zone defense. Out high, it's Markayla Johnson. Johnson gets a return pass, right wing. Tries to back down. Lobs it down low in the paint. The ball deflected away from Bailey Braxton. That's a turnover. Quickly to the front court is Janiyah Williams. She's already committed to Texas as just a junior. 5'10". Williams angles left wing side. Hands it off on the wing now for Honesty Hawkins. Now they'll back it back out to Taylor Morris. Morris with the basketball. Hawkins actually not out there on the floor right now. Morris angle dribbles left. Now it's Jolmstead, her first touch offensively with 50 seconds gone here in the first period. She drives, dumps it down low to Morris, who missed the bump. Braxton, the wide body with a rebound for Booker T.
That was a big pickup right there for Booker T, and they were able to close the gap on a very open look for the Dogs of Edmond Memorial.
Owen speeds baseline, now feeds it to Braxton, standing right in front of the rim. She missed it once, got it back. Follow shot blocked by Jolmstead. Now Edmond Memorial wants to run, but the Hornets get back. Good bounce pass down low. Aska finds Morris, so the shot is good.
Second time that Edmond Memorial's had a good look at a shot under the basket. This time they capitalized, and that's something that Booker T is going to have to watch out. That back door swinging wide open at the moment.
Edmond Memorial, a very good defensive team, but the numbers come into this one. Braxton holds straight on out front. Leaves it for Ryan Mayberry. Mayberry drives to the baseline. Now is cut off of the corner. Gives it to Kylan Johnson Cooper. Cross courts to Owens. She'll put up the first three for Booker T. That one is too strong. And the rebound to Edmond Memorial. 2-0 Lady Bulldogs, almost 2 minutes deep. Johnson goes coast to coast. There was contact. That's Williams. She misses it, but Jomstead is there for the follow. So both the Memorial's baskets have come off initial misses. It's 4-0 Edmond.
Second chance points are the key to the game right now for the Dogs, and Booker T still no answer for the ball getting down low into the post position.
Johnson drives right to the goal, has the shot blocked off of her out of bounds. The possession will go back to Memorial with 5:54 to play here in the first period. Along with Matt Adair and the Squirtle crew, I'm Todd Miller, courtside at the BOK Center, home of the 58th Annual Boys and Girls Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip. There's a steal in the backcourt. Watkins to the rim, and she's going to draw the foul. She picked the pocket of Addie Johnson, and all she could do was hammer her to prevent an easy bucket.
Markayla Johnson with a great pick and roll back there to the basket, pushed the ball away, and then able to get free. She anticipated that contact, knows what she's doing on how to get herself to the free throw line.
Markayla Johnson, the team leader in steals, at the line after her first of the day, and she hits the first free throw. Yesterday, at the foul line, she did not attempt a free throw. She was 8 of 15 scoring for the field, 19 points and 8 rebounds in 24 minutes. One of 4 Booker T players that played 22 or more minutes in the ballgame. Second free throw was good. Booker T yesterday against shorthanded Kiefer got off to an early start and never looked back, leading 19-5 at the end of one. Janiah Williams into the front court, spins. Good defense out front that time by Johnson Cooper. Now she gets a little rub, attacks left to the goal. Layup is good. Janiah Williams with her first basket.
Great screen work right there to free up Janiah Williams from the top of the key. And right off of that screen, Todd, you could tell she was going to attack the basket. Backside never closed on her.
Lead is back to 4 for the Lady Bulldogs as the ball's knocked out of the hands from Ryanna Mayberry. She'll throw in across the way in the front court. Lobs it to Tierra Owens. It's the man-to-man Lady Bulldog defense. 5:15 to go, opening period. Edmond Memorial in the second of 2 girls winter semifinal games, leading 6-2. They swing it left side. Mayberry tries to probe, can't, gets it to Johnson Cooper, who drives into a defender. It's knocked out of her hands, saved in bounds, but they throw it away. Williams up ahead, goes all the way to the goal, 1-on-2, and draws the foul. She had Jomstead wide open for an easier layup, but decided to take it herself and draws the foul on Tierra Owens.
I think that's a tough angle for her to see right there. She really got locked in on the basket, married to the idea of going up through contact. We'll see if she can convert both of them.
Janiah Williams at the foul line is a better than 65% foul shooter as she hits the first. She has 3 of the 7 now. Is coming in off the bench. Honesty Hawkins, 5'7" junior. Out comes Taylor Morris, and coming in for Booker T. Washington is going to be, let's see who it is. We're blocked by the official. Second free throw is up, and she got them both. So Janiah Williams with 4. The lead is 8-2. All the way to the goal as Tierra Owens hit the bottom of the backboard, and it's off of Booker T out of bounds.
Great move from Tierra Owens to get herself free through that crease, but just found herself too far under the bucket, couldn't reach back and find her spot.
4:42 to play here in the opening period. It's been all Edmond Memorial from the outset so far. Honesty Hawkins dumps it down low on the block. Jomstead pivots, goes up, missed high out the window. Rebound tipped. And Braxton has it, but it was knocked away from her. She tried to outlet pass, but it's picked up by Ryan Mayberry. Mayberry will leave it in the backcourt for Johnson.
First turnover of the game for Edmond Memorial, 2 so far for Booker T.
Johnson gives it up high in the left forecourt for Kylan Johnson Cooper. Now they swing it over the left baseline. Ryan Mayberry with 4:15 to play here in the first period. Off the dribble, it's Markayla Johnson, and she knocks down the jump shot. It took almost 4 minutes, Matt, to get points for Booker T from the floor, but they trail just by 4, and all 4 have come from Johnson.
Johnson is the straw that stirs the drink for this Booker T team. It's no coincidence her initials are MJ.
Jomstead driving, has it picked by Owens, who goes back to the other end for the lay-in. Tierra Owens with the basket off the steal, and all of a sudden 4 straight, and the Hornets have them within a possession. Aska brings it across midcourt. Brooklyn will bounce it to Honesty Hawkins. Hawkins stands unguarded about 24 feet for the right circle. Now she's going to penetrate in the paint, and we get a whistle with the paint, and that's going to be a foul against the Hornets. I think it's against Johnson Cooper. It is, and that's her first. And the team's second here in the period. Entering the ball game is Kennedy Glenn, a 5'8 freshman for Booker T. Washington. Entering for Edmond Memorial is Justice Booker, a 5'7 junior. They lob it out front for Jolmstead. Jolmstead working against Mayberry. Backs her way to the elbow of the strike. Leaves it left side for Hawkins. She'll step into a long two. It's short. It's a really flat shot. Rebounded Johnson up ahead of the bounce pass for Glenn. She gathers and lays it up and in.
What a great look from Johnson right there to find Glenn down the basketball court and threaded the needle with a fantastic bounce pass through two defenders.
6 straight for Booker T. The game is tied at 8, 5 minutes in here for from the BOK Center. Edmond Memorial with the basketball. Aska bounces it down low in traffic. They're able to get it to Booker, who finds a cutting teammate, Hawkins, and she's going to the free throw line. Foul against Bailey Braxton. That is her first, and now the third against the Hornets here in this opening period with 2:57 remaining.
Edmond North offensively just frustrating the girls from Booker T. Washington. Like you mentioned, 3 fouls already, 2:57 left to go in the first, and Edmond North has had a lot of looks from the bump.
Hawkins' average is just under 3. She had that yesterday to go along with 4 rebounds, misses the free throw. 8-8 our score, 6 unanswered from Booker T. Washington here after getting their first field goal at the halfway point of the first period. Second free throw by Hawkins is on the way, and she missed them both. Olmstead was on the back that time of Braxton. They're going to call Bailey for a travel.
I didn't see it. I thought it was a clean pivot, but referees are right down there on top of the call. If Edmond Memorial had a weak spot at all yesterday, it was free throw percentage, Todd. They only shot 54% as a team.
Yeah, they come in at 54.5 for the season. Into the front court with it is Honesty Hawkins. They'll swing it right baseline. Booker measures a 3. It's too strong. Weak side, Owens pulls it down for the Lady Hornets, and she wants to go. Owens being ridden into the front court, and she'll draw the foul on Janiah Williams, who commits her first.
Owens has got some blazing foot speed, especially out there on the basketball court. She's one quick move, and then she's gone.
Taylor Morris will re-enter for Rachel Crayboss, Lady Bulldogs of Edmond Memorial. In the tournament's top seed, these two played in the state quarterfinals last year, the 6A state tournament, with Memorial defeating Booker T. Lady Hornets will inbound. Out front with the basketball is Ryan Mayberry. Mayberry works to the left corner. Now works back out high. Johnson with the basketball. Looking for a little rub from Braxton. Instead pops out high to Tierra Owens. She swings it left side. Mayberry will put up a 3. Bang! She got it.
That was all set up by Bailey Braxton right there. Some great screen work. Set one up high to get Johnston over and across the top of the key, and then set another one down low that opened up the shooter.
Run is now 9 straight for the Hornets. They have their first lead at 11-8. That's the first 3 ball for either side, and a turnover at the other end. Offline pass taken away by Johnson Cooper. She'll counterattack into the left court. Now Booker T will be patient to get to the offensive end. Their head coach is Rabu Leva. 1:45 to play here in the first period. They hand it off to Kylian Johnson Cooper. The head of the nail, Johnson. Her long 2, no good. Janiah Williams with a rebound. Williams with the left hand being ridden into the front court. Now accelerates around Johnson. Goes to the rim for the lay-in. Janiah Williams with 6, included a pair of field goals. And boy, when she gets the ball, Matt, into open court, she's really tough to stop.
Janiah Williams has got all of the last 4 points for Edmond Memorial as well.
Owens gets it back, though, knifing through the paint right to left and lays it in. 1:19 to play here in the period. It's 13-10 Hornets.
Owens has had a couple of big shots already today. That gives her 4 from the floor.
Askins is going to be called for a travel. They blocked the pass right back into her face. She caught it and came down, and a rare mistake for the Lady Bulldogs.
Second turnover of the game for them. Only 4 total so far in the contest.
Avery Jordan, a 6'2 junior, enters for the first time. Had 3 points in the win yesterday over Verdigris here on this floor. 1 minute to play in the opening period. It's an 11-2 run for Booker T. Washington. They have a 3-point lead. They've led twice by 3 here in the opening period. Ryan Mayberry with a stationary dribble out front. Edmond Memorial in a man-to-man defense. They swing it left for Markayla Johnson. Johnson goes hard to the rim, pulls up on the block and missed the jumper, but she's going to the line.
Markayla Johnson, really dangerous right there. That's her go-to spot when she can shoot from the outside just off of the block like that. A lot of times you'll see her get the finish in the and one opportunity there.
Aska has her first personal foul. That is team foul number 3 against Edmond Memorial here late in this opening period. So we'll see Markayla Johnson go to the line. She's already 2 of 2. Booker T has been very good at the opening period of now 2 games here for the Tournament of Champions. First free throw by Johnson is good. Kennedy Glenn is going to come into the ball game. Now Edmond Memorial will counter with Addie Johnson as Aska will go to the bench. Aska's sister Tyra played at Southwestern Oklahoma State during those terrific Lady Bulldog teams. Second free throw is up, and that one is good. So Johnson has 6-4 for the line. 46 seconds to play in the period. It's 15-10. The game's biggest lead bat was early on 6 by Memorial, 8-2. Since then, it's been all Booker T.
Certainly has. They've been on an absolute roll right now, and Markayla Johnson, a lot of times, the spark that gets them going. However, Owens has been big right now.
Well, look at her pressuring Williams. Gives it up in the right quarter now for Johnson. He'll dribble out front. 26 seconds to play first period. Booker T with the biggest lead of the half by 5. Driving right, layup short, Taylor Morris. Rebound, Braxton. Now the Hornets can play for the final shot of the period. We're under 15 seconds to go. 15-10, Booker T. Right quarter, they'll spot for a 3. Got it! Big shot that time from Kennedy Glenn off of the bench. She has 7 seconds to play in the period. They'll inbound to the backcourt for Addie Johnson. 2 seconds, 1 second. Johnson has it knocked away from her, gets it back in stride, throws it up and missed wide right. Booker T. Washington with a 16-2 run to close the first period, and they will lead by 8 heading to the second. We're live for the Tournament of Champions, the 58th edition, fueled by Quick Trip here on Squirtle.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Todd Miller, Matt Adair back here with you courtside in Tulsa. Matt, 18-10. What a close to that first period after a slow start for the Hornets.
Edmond Memorial's been shut out off the scoreboard since the 141 mark. They've had looks, just not getting the ball to fall.
Homestead pivots at his cutoff elbow left to Janiah Williams, left baseline. Just underway here in the second period. Morris will trigger a 3. It's on line, but short, and Braxton with a rebound. And we're going to get a travel as they had her pinched off at the high post. That is 2 turnovers on the last 2 times Braxton has caught the ball, and I think it's been questionable.
It really has. Same move that time, a pivot to reverse away from pressure, and I'm not seeing that foot move, but the referees have a much better view.
Memorial gets a break. The Lady Bulldogs inbound underneath their own goal. Aska holds straight on out front. Left wing for Johnson. She'll put up the 3 again. It's short. And the rebound again to Braxton. I don't know if you guys have talked about it on your broadcast. We did hear yesterday the depth perception takes some getting used to, although this is game 2 of the tournament for both teams. Good move by Johnson on a spin to get free down low, but missed the bunny. Bulldogs with a rebound.
It is, but there's so much free space behind these baskets. They've got the black backdrops down, which just really kind of enhance the glare off of that backboard as well.
Problems you had at Winoka High School back in the day.
Oh, you know it.
Homestead spins underneath the foul line. Jumper rolls around. That thing did everything but find the bottom of the basket. Booker T with a rebound. They'll throw it up ahead for Mayberry, and she is going to be fouled by Taylor Morris. And that was very close to being a clean strip. Good effort nonetheless by Taylor Morris.
Got too much into the body there. If she'd have just left with the handwork, I think she'd have had a nice strip. Instead, Booker T will find themselves at the foul line.
Coming up next, the defending boys champions here at the TOC, Dale against Owasso. has a chance to be arguably the best boys high school game of the state this year. First foul shot missed by Mayberry. Dale crushing Tulsa Nathan Hale last night. Owasso beating Tulsa Metro Christian. All the games this week from downtown Tulsa right here on Squirtle. Second free throw is good. Mayberry splits a pair. That's the first miss today for the Hornets for the line. They're 5 of 6.
They are shooting really well today. They struggled from the foul line as well yesterday, only putting in 88%, but in the second half, oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. That doesn't sound like somebody that struggles at all. They shot 8 of 9 yesterday, 88%, almost 90%.
Morris misses the layup. Johnson unable to retrieve it. Hornets have it. Edmond Memorial has gone down over 3 minutes, Matt, without any points, and the lead is 9 for Tulsa. Booker T. Wing left, Owens, top of the circle. Johnson steps inside the arc and knocks it down. Boy, she is a player. And that is not breaking news. Timeout, Edmond Memorial. Markayla Johnson has 8. The lead is 11. We're back after these messages from Tulsa, the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip on Squirtle. Still to come, boys action tonight here from downtown Tulsa. Dale with Owasso next at 8:30. It's Edmond North and Crossings Christian. Williams, a lob pass into the right front court. Avery Jolmstead. Avery Jolmstead cut off at the head of the circle, almost taken away by Johnson Cooper. Out front it goes for Brooklyn Aska. We played 2 minutes here in the second period, 10 minutes of the ball game, and Booker T. Washington is incomplete. Williams pulls up elbow right, misses back rim. Braxton tips the rebound away from Morrison flat-footed. Bailey has the rebound.
Edmond North held out of scoring since the 141 mark in the first as Booker T drops another tray.
Owens knocks the eyes out of a 3 right wing. She has 7, and it's a 14-point game in favor of the Hornets. They are on a 22-2 run since it was 8-2 Edmond Memorial. 5.5 to play here in the first half. Jediah Williams cross courts it to Aska into the front court. Hornets playing a man-to-man defense. Aska veers left. Pitches to Morris on the wing for 3. That one front rims. And we get a whistle underneath, and they're going to call a foul on the rebound against the Lady Dogs. It's a push against Jolmstead. That is her first. And team foul number 2 against Edmond Memorial here in the second period.
I think Jolmstead was in really good position for that rebound, and as it went long, she just extended that arm, creating separation, trying to reach for the ball. Got flagged.
5:24 to play here in the first half. Along with Matt Adair, I'm Todd Miller. We're glad to be with you here courtside this week, and we'll be here all day tomorrow as well on Squirtle for the Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip. Head of the circle for Booker T is Tierra Owens. Right side, Johnson Cooper. Jump passes, cross court to Mayberry for 3, no good. And the rebound picked up off the floor by Jolmstead. It's the way to attack against the zone.
Certainly is. Jolmstead, though, for Edmond Memorial has been quiet so far, and they really need her down low presence.
Askin's 3-point shot is short. Fighting for the rebound underneath. Morris gets it to Johnson for the layup. That ends a scoring run by Booker T and a huge drought, Matt, for Edmond Memorial.
Nearly 6 minutes without scoring has just allowed Booker T to pour into this lead.
First points here of the period. The foul at the other end. Aska is going to foul Johnson from behind. That is Brooklyn Aska's second, and team foul number 3 against the Lady Bulldogs.
Aska with a tough assignment right there to try and keep Johnston from being able to seal and get the ball. That's a tough call for anybody.
Braxton re-enters for Booker T. Washington. Justice Booker, the 5'7" junior, is back in for the Bulldogs, as Markayla Johnson will trigger inbounds. Baseline right. Lobs it out high. Kennedy Glenn's 3, short for the right circle. Nobody there for the rebound as Johnson did a good job of boxing out and runs it down herself. Addie now accelerates to midcourt, now backs off and will pitch it left side for Honesty Hawkins. She'll cross-court it for Justice Booker. Booker retrieves it and gets it to Johnson outright with 4:15 to play here in the first period. Lead is 24-12 for Booker T. Washington. Winner gets Sapulpa, loser Lincoln Christian. Tomorrow in the third place game at 4, the title game at 7 o'clock. And this is the 58th annual Tournament of Champions from Tulsa. Wing left is Jomstead, has just one basket. They've done a good job on her. Gets into the paint, kicks it out. Booker off the dribble, missed from 13 feet. Bodies on the floor, rebound saved in by the Hornets. It's tipped away, and then finally Karam's right back to Kennedy Glenn, who started all that with a great hustle play. And now Coach Leyva wants a timeout. With 3:48 to play, it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here with the Hornets leading the Bulldogs 24-12, and everything, at least for the most part in this first half, for Edmond Memorial, Matt, has been well covered up and defended.
Wow, and the Hornets, like you have mentioned, have been on such a big run here lately that Edmond Memorial is starting to kind of loft up some shots that don't really fit what they're trying to do. They've been a little out of rhythm. They've had to try and throw some passes down low that just haven't gone. And when they have gotten good looks on the block, they're just not falling right now. And I think Olmsted not being able to get open down there has been a big piece of that.
Hornets won their 7th game yesterday over Kiefer by 38 points. They beaten Bishop Kelly, East Central, Southeast. Will Rogers Grove and Claremore. And again, they had a 4-point loss to Tahlequah as their only setback. Tahlequah was in this tournament. They were knocked off yesterday by Lincoln Christian, 48-34 in the quarterfinals. They are in the 5th place game tomorrow opposite Verdigris. 24-12, tie back in with 3:39 to play here in the first half. Ryan Mayberry, dribble stationary out front, guarded by Taylor Morris. Loses the handle, and it's going to roll right to Justice Booker. Booker will pick it up, and now here comes Edmond Memorial, trying to get something going offensively. Down the paint goes Hawkins. Kicks it off on the left wing side for Morris. She knifes through the paint, throws up a runner, and missed everything. Hit the side of the backboard, and then a foul out of frustration called against Memorial. And that may go against Jomstead. It does, and that's her second. I think she's frustrated too, partner. She has one field goal, and when she's had a rare opportunity to shoot the ball, she's been covered up.
She had a tough game yesterday, too. I mean, Edmond Memorial did away with their opponent fairly easily, but she was in an absolute battle down low as Verdigris was really frustrating her on the block, and today she's getting a little bit of that treatment again from Booker T.
3:16 to play here in the first half, 24-12, Booker T. Washington. Out high is Johnson Cooper, drives to the baseline and an offensive foul. She ran over Taylor Morris, and Kylin Johnson Cooper turns it over at her second personal.
The Dogs did a great job of closing up defensively right there. As soon as they could see the drive coming, did a good job of getting set up to take that charge.
Olmsted is going to go to the bench, and back in is Jediah Williams. Now returning for Booker T. Washington is Ryan Mayberry, a 5'7" junior. First period yesterday was the big period early in the game for Booker T. They used a 23-9 spurt to start the second half and crushing Kiefer 67-29. 3 minutes to play first half. Morris sets the table out front, swings it to Johnson left side. Johnson to Hawkins between the rings out front. Now right side for Taylor Morris. Morris left of the screen, trying to get to the foul line. Gets it to Johnson, who knifes right, misses another layup. Rebound tipped. Williams has it and goes back up and in.
Janiah Williams is going to be the key right now for Edmond Memorial. They've got to get her going down low with Olmsted on the bench.
24-14, a little 4-0 run by Memorial. They've cut it back to 10 with 2.5 to play here in the first half. Bailey Braxton holds straight on. Now to Kennedy Glenn. Right wing side, Johnson. Johnson slides left, bang, knocks the eyes out of a three, and then throws her arms up in the air to say, what's the big deal?
Such a pure shooter right there. You just saw great form on that jump shot. Her follow-through is just perfect, and she's a gamer. The bigger the moment, the bigger the shot.
26-14, a quick three put up at the other end is an air ball, and Booker T. Washington battling for the loose basketball. Diving to the floor is Johnson. Now we get the whistle and the tie-up, and the arrow belongs to the Hornets. We're going to call that last shot again for Johnson just a 2 and not a 3.
All second effort from Johnson right there, too. Saw the loose ball scored out, and then she went head first to the floor to create that tie-up.
Her sweet spot is right near that arc of the foul line. 1:45 to play in the first half, 26-14 our score. Hold it out front, Tierra Owens. Left baseline, Mayberry. Memorial in a man-to-man defense. Mayberry holds high. Out front for Markayla Johnson. She'll spin, top of the key to Owens. Owens spins. Look at the move, lays it up, and they're going to wave it off and say she traveled.
Probably did, but that was such a good move just from the crowd perspective. You hate to see that one come off the board.
1:15 to play here with the first half. 26-14, Booker T. Washington over Edmond Memorial. Right side, Honesty Hawkins. She'll knife through the paint, and Braxton fouls her. Or did she? They're going to call that. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Here comes the signal. It was late enough. I thought maybe they said it was a clean block. I knew that Hawkins ended up on the floor. That's the second now against Bailey Braxton. Second team foul here with the period against the Hornets. Honesty Hawkins, 0 of 2 at the foul line, makes the first. Edmond Memorial, statistically not a particularly great foul shooting team for a championship contender. However, they've hit 3 of their first 5 here today. 78 seconds to go before the break. This would shave the deficit back to 10. Hawkins is a 5'7" junior, and she airballed it.
Not really even a good attempt right there.
She just does not look confident at all at the line.
No, I don't think she's feeling it in the BOK Center right now.
Full court pressure with the Bulldogs. They easily beat it as Ryan Mayberry gets a lob pass, drives to the right corner, almost got trapped, lobs it to Kylie and Johnson Cooper out front. Now they whip it backdoor. Layup missed by Owens. Follow shot by Braxton wouldn't go. Rebound by Booker with a minute to play here with the first half. Memorial can cut it to single digits with points of this possession. Hawkins sets the table out high, dribbles straight on between the circles. Now backs up just a little bit. 45 seconds to play in the half. Hawkins spins and lays it in with the left hand off the glass for the right ankle.
That's where she looks much more confident, when she can move with the ball and get herself to the basket. Tremendous spin move, great concentration.
Lead down to 9, 26-17. A little bit of rhythm here late for Memorial. Three-pointer at the other end by Mayberry is no good. Rebound to Taylor Morris. Morris, 2 dribbles, lobs it up ahead. Gets it to Booker. Booker cross-courts it to Williams for the lay-in. Well, that's a good-looking break off of a miss, and the lead down to 7. 15 seconds to play here in the first half. Johnson Cooper being harassed down front. Owens angles through the top of the key to the right wing side. Gets into the paint, leaves it out front. Johnson's 3, got it. That one is a bonus ball, and just like that, the momentum stalls, and it's a 10-point deficit for Memorial. Go into the break as you have another look at the three-pointer from Baylor commit Markayla Johnson. We have reached intermission, 29-19, Booker T, from the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions in Tulsa, presented by Quick Trip here on Squirtle.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156. Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond, with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We are making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
The proof starts here at Upper Crust. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. We've thought it through, down to every pour, garnish, and drizzle. Hey, pizza brings us together, and the details bring you here. Upper Crust, gather around.
Welcome back to the BOK Center. Matt Adair alongside Todd Miller on the championship side of the bracket here on semifinal day. It is Edmond Memorial and Booker T. Washington hooking it up on the girls' side first. Booker T. has a 10-point, 29-19 lead over the Dogs of Edmond Memorial. Let's dive into the numbers. First off, as a team, Booker T. Washington shooting 47% from the floor. They're 50% from behind the arc, 4 of 8 in the first half. They've made 83% of their free throws. They're 5 of 6. From the charity stripe. For Edmond Memorial, the number's not as good. They're 32% from the floor, 8 of 25. They are 0 of 6 from behind the three-point line and only 50% from the foul stripe. That is 3 of 6 on the day. Tail of the tape is told on in the paint points right now. Edmond Memorial is winning that with 14 to 6 on points in the paint, but Booker T, again, with that 10-point lead. Points off of turnovers, 6 for Booker T. Washington, 5 for Edmond Memorial. Second chance baskets favors the Dogs as well. They've got 6 second chance buckets in the game. Both teams have 4 fast break points. Booker T. Washington has 5 points off the bench, just 3 for Edmond Memorial. In rebounds, it's close. 17 boards for Booker T. Washington, 16 of those defensive, just 1 offensive rebound for the Lady Hornets. For Edmond Memorial, 13 total rebounds in the first half, 10 of those defensive, 3 of those offensive. Turnovers, well, that favors Edmond Memorial as well. Booker T. Washington's been turned over 7 times in the game, just 4 turnovers for Edmond Memorial. Let's take a look at points so far. Tierra Owens has 7 for Booker T. Washington. They're led by Markayla Johnson with 13. Ryan Mayberry has rang in with 4, and Kennedy Glenn has 5. On the Edmond Memorial side, they're led in scoring by Janiyah Williams, who's got 10. Avery Jolmstead has been held to just 2. Taylor Morris has 2 as well, as does Addie Johnson. And Honesty Hawkins has 3 points in the contest so far. So right now, Booker T. Washington just out shooting Edmond Memorial from the floor and especially behind the arc. 0 of 6 for the Dogs from behind the three-point line. That has certainly put a damper on them. They were able to close the gap to just 10, but at one point in time, Booker T. Washington led by 14. Edmond Memorial's had a lead in this game, but only by 6 points. And Todd, tough to get back into this one when you're 0 of 6 from behind the three-point arc, especially against a powerhouse like Booker T. Washington, who's so strong down in the paint.
Yeah, the only decent looks they've had that were somewhat uncovered, Matt, in the first half was from beyond the arc. They're 0 of 6 just 8 of 25. Memorial has not shot well from the floor in either game thus far here at the Tournament of Champions. I need to correct myself. I said that the winner will play Sapulpa. That is not true. They will play the winner of Sapulpa and Lincoln Christian. That game is coming up at 7 o'clock tonight here on Squirtle. The championship game tomorrow night at 7 as well. So 2 boys semifinals and 1 final semifinal matchup in the girls' draw still to come here on day number 2. We'll take a break. Be back with the start of the second half. At the break, and winners bracket semifinal number 1 in the girls' draw, Booker T. Washington leads 6A Edmond Memorial 29-19. This is the Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip here on Squirtle.
The proof starts here at Uppercrest. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. We've thought it through, down to every pour, garnish, and drizzle. Hey, pizza brings us together, and the details bring you here. Uppercrest, gather round.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Both teams back out of the floor. We're moments away from the start of the second half, and Matt, certainly not an insurmountable lead, but as we talked about, they've got to start getting some shots to fall, maybe even from long range. Look at this game. It is a 12-0 points off three-point shot advantage in favor of Booker T. It's a 10-point game at halftime.
Yeah, I think really if you look back at this one, if you're Edmond Memorial, even though you hate being down by 10 at the halftime break, you really probably feel lucky that you're only down by 10. Your defense has been doing some things right because offensively, the shots just have not been there yet. Even clean looks under the bucket, they're kind of rimming out on them just a little bit, and you're right, they're going to have to get going from behind the arc if they want to close this gap.
Yesterday was a little bit misleading in points off the bench for Edmond Memorial because Avery Jolmstead came off of the bench yesterday. She's starting today. Yesterday, as a reserve, she had 15 of their 20 points, and they outscored Verdigris bench 20-4 here in the first half. So far, Booker T with a 5-3 advantage in bench scoring. Dale and Owasso coming up, 7 o'clock girls semifinal. Sapulpa and Lincoln Christian, 8:30 tonight at the North and Crossings Christian. Memorial have the basketball. They will shoot off to the right as we view the court here in the final 2 periods of play. Winner plays at 7. Loser plays the loser of Sapulpa Lincoln Christian for third place tomorrow afternoon at 4. Final day tomorrow, and we'll have all 8 games for you. We have the first 2 days here from the BOK Center on Squirtle. Top of the circle is Morris. She'll let fly a 3. That one doesn't go, and Booker T. Washington controls the rebound. Now make it 0 of 7, Matt, to start the game from long distance range for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really wanted that shot to fall, just if nothing else, to break that streak, but instead it extends.
7:24 to play here in the third. Booker T with their first offensive possession of the second half. They lob it back door and cutting to the basket and laying it in is Kylan Johnson-Cooper, her first basket. That was a tremendous feed for the left wing side.
Well, and we've seen that a couple of different times today. The Dogs have not really closed the backdoor opportunities, and right now Booker T taking advantage of those backside cuts.
Lead back to 12, 31-19, and a turnover from Memorial. Bounce pass knocked away and stolen by Tierra Owens. Owens into the front court, jab steps. Addie Johnson is out there with her. Owens goes by her, banks her way into the paint, and an offensive foul. That's an easy call.
Yeah, Tierra Owens was just flying to the bucket that time, gave Edmond Memorial plenty of time to get set up. But I'm going to tell you, Edmond Memorial just offensively right now, they look shook. Their sets don't look good. They're not coming off clean screens, and even wide open looks at the basket right now aren't falling.
8th Hornet turnover on the second foul by Owens, and Taylor Morris said all day long to see that play come in and read it and get set. Janiah Williams ankles right side on the baseline to Johnson. Lady Bulldogs shooting in front of their own bench here in the second half. Johnson now it's going to reset straight on out front. Looking for a screen. They cross-courted for Morris. 6.5 minutes to play third period. The lead is 12 for Booker T. Morris retreats backwards, now sets the offense in motion. Aska turns on an open three. Morris straight on with Braxton on her. She's going to take her off the dribble and lays it in. She can do that all day long. There's no way Braxton can stay with Taylor Morris.
Well, and she needs to if they're going to climb back into this one. Right now, they're just trading shots with Booker T. Washington, but that's not going to get you over the hump.
Yesterday, 2 big runs, one of 7, the other of 9, helped propel Memorial past Verdigris in the opening round. They've really not had much such run today. They only had a 6-point run to build an 8-2 lead. That's when the ceiling fell in on the Bulldogs. Down the paint goes Johnson, muscles up from in front of the rim. It's short. Jolmstead pulls down the rebound. That's her 4th of the ball game. She only has 2 points and only taken 3 shots. She's going to change that as she drives right, lays up a floater, and it drops, and she's fouled. So right on cue, there's who you need to get going, Avery Jolmstead.
I think she is actually going to be the key to this comeback if Edmond Memorial has got one in them, because Jolmstead tends to be the spark that gets the momentum swinging in the direction of the Dogs, and it's plays exactly like that. We didn't see her just power herself down to the block much in the first half, but a good way to start out things here in the second.
Jolmstead hits the foul shot. She quickly has 5. That last foul was on Kylan Johnson-Cooper. Bad news. That's her 3rd. Second Booker T team foul here with the period with 5.5 to go here in period number 3. They direct traffic out high. Ryan Mayberry doing the honors with a stationary dribble. Veering back middle of the floor to have Jolmstead on the man-to-man. Comes out there and guards her. Johnson-Cooper pops out left wing. Working against Addie Johnson. Now to Johnson. She'll trigger a 3. That one left circle no good. Williams tips the rebound up. Hornets get it. Now they knife Owens to the basket, and she's going to be fouled. Rare miss for McCarla Johnson from 3-point range, but the Hornets able to corral the miss.
Owens has been a big part of what Booker T. Washington's gotten done so far as well. Not only has she been effective as a dribbling presence, but she's gotten herself to the bucket a few times too. Just elite level speed on that one.
Morris with her second foul. Owens crawls the first free throw across the front of the rim. She'll get a second. It's on the way, and it's good. So they exchange scores at both ends of the floor. Memorial can't afford to continue to do that. Still a long ways to go, 13 minutes to be exact, but the lead is 9. Bounce pass, right corner, Johnson angles up right circle, puts up a 3. It's short, and it will go out of bounds, and possession goes back to Booker T. So after that 6-0 spurt to break a 2-2 tie, Memorial led 8-2, and it's been all Hornets since. They have just controlled this game really in about every aspect that you can control.
Well, from pace to defense to even intensity, Booker T. Washington playing right now like they want this win badly. Edmond Memorial looks like they're just hanging on.
Braxton straight on, swings it left front court. Mayberry underneath the Johnson, a foul from behind. They said Aska pushed her, and that's Brooklyn's 3rd personal foul.
Tough matchup for anybody one-on-one, and Aska got caught for again with a foul against Johnson just trying to keep her from getting the ball on a seal down low, and that will trigger a substitution for Edmond Memorial as Aska heads to the bench.
And Booker comes in. Second team foul against Edmond Memorial here in the third. They'll lob it out front for Tierra Owens. Owens to Johnson, banging her way down. Goes up against Williams, back rims it. Follow shot by Braxton is no good, but Bailey is fouled. She's being pushed away from the hoop by Taylor Morris, and now she has her third. You ever notice that Braxton really doesn't jump?
No, she
pretty
doesn't
much
have
just flat-footed.
Yeah. When she stands flat-footed with her hands up high, she's already the tallest player on the floor, and that gives her a huge advantage. In fact, that time she was sandwiched between two Edmond Memorial players and still managed to come up with a big rebound and a foul shot.
Good touch for Bailey. She came off the bench yesterday, 8 points, 5 rebounds in the win over Kiefer. Today, that's her first point of the contest, and it stretched the lead back to 10. 34-24, just under the 4.5-minute mark, third period for the BOK Center and the Tournament of Champions, fueled this year by Quick Trip. Second one is up and good, so Bailey Braxton pays them off at the foul line. Deficit is 11 for Memorial. Addie Johnson against Markayla Johnson in the backcourt. Spins and accelerates right side. Johnson stays with Addie. Now Addie Johnson pulls up head of the circle against the zone. Wing right, it's Williams. Jolmstad of the quarter feeds it down low to Jordan. Avery Jordan's turnaround jumper, nowhere close. Williams with a rebound and one. Shania Williams has been the saving grace offensively today for Edmond Memorial. She has a dozen points and a chance to make it a Baker's dozen. And Bailey Braxton now has her third foul.
Well, if you take away Avery Jolmstad, you've got to have Janiyah Williams, and she's doing everything she can to pull the Dogs back into this one.
Williams misses the free throw. Jolmstad had her hands on the rebound. Going to the floor with it, though, was Kennedy Glenn. So Booker T retains possession, and up ahead, a lay-in from Tierra Owens.
There again, speed kills. Tierra Owens just able to get around the corner against Addie Johnson and find her way to the bucket.
37-26, out high, Justice Booker. Left quarter, Avery Jordan, who airballs a three, but it's run down to the near corner by Addie Johnson. Back to Avery, head of the circle. Under 3.5 to play here in Girls Championship semifinal number 1 of the third period, and now a high illegal screen called out high against Jordan. That's her first.
Trying to free up a lane for Addie Johnson to drive in, and unfortunately she had to move to keep getting in position, kind of throwing that hip out there.
Biggest lead in the first half, Booker T. Washington by 14. Edmond Memorial cut it down to single digits. It was 10 at halftime, 29-19. They can build it with a three of this possession back to 14. Currently 37-26 our score. Ryan with it, being guarded tightly by Jolmstad. Now Owens veers left to Johnson, lost it off of her foot, and that will be a kick ball violation. Or are they going to say that Jolmstad kicked it? It's going to stay with Booker T. Washington. Looked like that was off of Markayla Johnson's leg.
That's what I had, and I think Edmond Memorial for a second thought that was going to be a foul. Coach reacted a little rough to that one and then eased back up till she saw they'd lost the ball.
Timeout, 3:10 to go, third period. Back after these messages at the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions from Tulsa, fueled by Quick Trip on Squirtle.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
At Krotz, Lori & Associates, our dedication to superior client service continues to drive our pursuit to provide the highest quality service. We are committed to providing close, personal attention to our clients and take pride in giving you the assurance that the help you receive comes from years of advanced training, technical experience, and financial acumen. We are not your ordinary bean counters. Call us today and find out what makes us different. 405-848-2200. Or visit us at krotzcpa.com.
Time for Matt Adair and the Squirtle crew with you back here at the BOK Center as they'll inbound and down low. Johnson gets free and lays it in. That's bad inbound defense out of a timeout by the Lady Bulldogs.
You think you get Michaela Johnson sealed off from going to the ball, and she beat you with the lob back over the top. Just a smart basketball player. Great awareness from BT Dub.
Morris trying to get it back to 10, does, as she cleanly hits a three, and that's the first three ball of the day for Edmond Memorial with under 3 minutes to go here in the third. It cuts it down to 39-29.
0 of 7 prior to that one falling in, and they desperately need a few more of those.
Johnson to Mayberry for 3 left wing, no good. However, there for the stick back is Johnson again. She is just finding ways to beat this Edmond Memorial team inside and outside, and a delay of game warning has been called after the ball went through the basket.
Yeah, Markayla Johnson showing why she's got that D1, or got so many of those D1 looks, and decided to take her talents to Baylor next year. Again, just such a smooth player. She is so hard to defend, and she is really difficult to dribble against.
Kendall McClellan coming in, a 5'8 junior, 4 points, an assist, and a steal yesterday in the win over Kiefer. 17 now for Johnson, who had 19 yesterday. Olmsted gets a pass at midcourt, drives to the foul line, and throws it away. She was expecting Booker to be in the corner. Booker instead was down on the block. And frustration starting to set in for Memorial. Mayberry will throw in front of the Bulldog bench to Tierra Owens. 2:10 to play, and Owens is going to be fouled. Olmsted ran her down from behind and made contact. That's her third. Olmsted today has more fouls than field goals made, 3-2, and only 1 more point or 2 more points than fouls, 5-3.
Yeah, it certainly has not been her game today, and nothing about the way that the game is playing out right now plays in Edmond Memorial's favor. Everything from the pace to the intensity seems to be favoring Booker T. Washington.
5th foul against the Bulldogs, so 2 shots here for Booker T. First one rattles off, no good. Again, if you don't really follow high school basketball all the time, you might not be aware that there's a new rule. 5 fouls each quarter. They reset after each quarter. There are no more 1-and-1s. Second free throw, no good. Edmond with a rebound. It's Williams in the backcourt. Do you like that? To me, it takes out some strategy.
I think it really takes away some strategy, and it also doesn't help with the ability of a team to foul and put you in those precarious 1-on-1 positions.
Hawkins with a runner. Inbounds pass taken by Johnson. Lays it up, missed it. Hawkins gets another opportunity. She has 4 straight. And a timeout called by Booker T. Washington for the other end of the floor. 1:54 to play in the third. The lead all of a sudden is down to 8. It has been comfortable, but not too comfortable today for the Hornets, who just can't seemingly shake this Lady Bulldog team.
It has been tough sledding for Edmond Memorial from the jump, Todd. Well, I say from the jump. You mentioned that they got out to a little 6-0 run and had a lead early on, but once Booker T came on, they have come on like a hurricane, and they show no sign of backing down. Everything they're doing right now seems to work, both offensively and defensively, and Edmond Memorial, for their coaching credit, has tried to throw a variety of different looks at them, from man-on-man defense to zone defense. They've even stretched the floor and tried some pressure, and Booker T just seems to have an answer.
The reason for the rule change, obviously, is to speed up games. I mean, if you want to get into a foul game, you're going to penalize yourself to the 2 free throws. Memorial keeps the full court pressure on it. Johnson knocks the pass out of bounds. So now Markayla Johnson will have to remain stationary to inbound, and she triggers it into Owens. Well, Booker T, man, has had an answer every time. Memorial's shown a little bit of life. Let's see if they can do it here.
They're certainly going to need to do something, and what it needs to start with is big defensive stops right now. They just can't seem to come up with them.
And they nearly got one. Olmsted knocked it away from Owens and then thought she had knocked it off Tierra out of bounds. They're going to say it was thrown out of bounds by Edmond Memorial, so it'll stay with the Hornets. 41-33 our score, 1:39 to play here in the third. They inbound to Johnson Cooper, who airballs a foul line jumper. However, saving the rebound in is Braxton. She gets it to Johnson, who has it stripped on the way up. Williams spins at the other end, shoots off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Ended up on the floor. No whistle. Memorial with a rebound. Now a timeout called, or did they?
Well, that was just a really quick trigger on the jump ball.
Yep, and the possession arrow favors Booker T. Washington. I think Rachel Craybaugh thought that Janiah Williams should have been to the foul line. There was a lot of contact in that shot, and she went tumbling out of bounds.
Her and about 3,000 people in the BOK Stadium with us right now all saw the same thing.
Yep, crowd growing as we get into the ninth session with Dale and Wasso coming up next, and an ear turnover at the other end. Pass tipped out of bounds by Edmond Memorial. They've really started to turn things up now.
They're really going to, well, they've got to. They've got to find some intensity, and it's got to be on both ends of the floor. Just the lone three-pointer for the Dogs right now. Let's see if they can add to that.
76 seconds to play here in the third. Markayla Johnson for the far quarter to inbound to Tierra Owens. Owens against Addie Johnson at a poke free. Now gets it out front to Johnson Cooper. Winding towards a minute to play in the third. They'll bounce it off on a pass to Mayberry right side. She slide steps to the wing. Goes to Watkins out front. 52 seconds to play in the third. Johnson loses the handle. Markayla on the floor. She's tied up, and that's a turnover because of the arrow.
I don't want to be too negative about Edmond Memorial here, Todd, but one of the things I'm noticing in this game is that as you get really locked in on the action, you think the game is more out of hand than it is, and that probably isn't a good thing for Edmond Memorial. Right now, Booker T. Washington just playing at a very high level.
Yeah, you're right. I said this earlier, Matt. They've been comfortable in the lead, but not too comfortable. I mean, every time they build it up to double digits, here comes Edmond Memorial. Taylor Morris with it, left wing side, looking for a screen. Jab steps, now whips it across the floor to Addie Johnson. Right quarter, Aska. Johnson is on her. Addie Johnson underneath the Williams. It slips through her hand. She gets it back. Kicks it out right side. Aska for three, and she got it. Brooklyn Aska has cut this game down to 5 with 18 seconds to play in the third. It's 41-36.
This is exactly the play that you needed if you were the Dogs. A little inside-out basketball, and they finally have some three-pointers going their way.
Owens pokes it free. Aska has it up ahead to Abby Johnson for the lay-in. Addie Johnson with the bucket off of a turnover. 4 seconds, 3 seconds are going to inbound. They'll get it to Johnson, who will throw up from midcourt. That's actually Johnson Cooper. And the period ends. 8 minutes to go, and don't go anywhere. All of a sudden, we have a tight one. 41-38, Booker T over Edmond Memorial from the 58th annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip on Squirtle.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years, and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Janiah Williams has 12 points to lead all Edmond Memorial scorers. Markayla Johnson has 17, but only 4 the third period. And Matt, here we go. Big possession for the Hornets, whose lead is down to 3.
19-point third quarter for Edmond Memorial was exactly what they needed. They froze Booker T. Washington out from the 2:31 mark in the third. They have not scored.
Owens trying to get free from Aska out front. Now veers to the top of the key. Right front court, it's Johnson Cooper to Tierra Owens. Left quarter, Mayberry. Mayberry against Jomstead. Takes her off the dribble, lobs it down low. Pass ripped away by Kennedy Glenn, and then it's off of Glenn out of bounds.
The tough defensive series for Edmond Memorial right there. You like the intensity that they brought to that one. They'll have to do that a couple more times.
Edmond Memorial as close as they've been since it was 10-8. Addie Johnson to the rim, lays it up and missed it, and the senior's going to go to the free throw line, and she's been big. Only had 2 points, but really has turned it up in the third period defensively as Kennedy Glenn picks up her first.
Couple of different times for this Edmond Memorial team. Addie Johnson has shown that she's the spark that starts the fire. She distributes well, handles the ball well, does all the little things right, and a lot of times gets it into the hands of her scorers.
Addie Johnson's first free throw, back rims, big miss. Memorial today, before that miss, had made just 3 of 7. They're 3 of 8, 0 of 2 here in the second half, and Bailey Braxton 6'3" junior in. Has just 2 free throws after having 8 points, 5 boards yesterday. Braxton in the first half had 7 rebounds, no points. Johnson's second free throw is good. She has 5. Down to a 2-point game, 41-39. The closest the Bulldogs have been since at 10-8. And that was following 8 straight by Booker T. Washington. Correction, 11-8. That was because of a 9-0 run. Wing left is Johnson. Following jumper, no. Jolmstead weak side with a rebound. Memorial can tie or take the lead of this possession. Avery Jolmstead with a behind-the-back dribble. Works out front. Now takes 2 giant strides down the paint. Missed a contested layup. Johnson has it. Lobs it up ahead, and it's knocked away out of bounds. That was not Johnson with a rebound. That was Mayberry to Johnson, and now Booker T will inbound.
Another one of those plays made by Addie Johnson, sped into the forecourt to play Wolf and poke the ball away from Michaela Johnson.
Almost a minute and a half deep into the fourth period. Michaela Johnson gets the inbounds, turns and missed the jumper. Jolmstead with a rebound. Up ahead, Janiah Williams to the goal, and she's fouled. 2 free throws here would tie the game with 6:34 to play in a furious second half rally now by Edmond Memorial. Foul is number 4 on Kylan Johnson Cooper. That's the second against the Hornets here in the fourth period. Janiah Williams, 2 of 3 at the foul line. Missed a free throw in the third period. Cleanly hits this one. We're 1 away from a tie, and this would be only the second tie. The only other one came at 2-2. 41-40. 19-point third period, but the Lady Bulldogs have Memorial primed to punch a ticket into the championship round tomorrow. Second one is up and good. Janiah Williams evens the game at 41. Now under 6.5 to play. Just getting started here on semifinal Thursday night at the TOC. Wing left, Johnson Cooper. Braxton, top of the circle, lobs it right side, Mayberry. Mayberry, Glenn drives, and is fouled. And that's going to go against Taylor Morris. That's her 4th. So Morris has 4. Jolmstead and Aska each have 3, and that's the first Edmond Memorial foul here in the 4th. Justice Booker about to check in momentarily. First free throw is up and good. So 1 more from Kennedy Glenn, who has been big off the bench. She's only a 5'8" freshman. That's her 6th point.
Just saw Taylor Morris head to the bench. You wonder how many minutes they want to try and go without her. She's a big presence defensively for Edmond Memorial, but with those 4 fouls, you really want her hanging around for a tight game.
Braxton is out. Markayla Johnson comes back in. Johnson with a brief rest over the bench. Second free throw is good. So Kennedy Glenn in the first TOC breaks the tie. It's 43-41 Hornets. Winding towards 6 minutes to play. Memorial loses the handle in the paint. Hornets dig it out and then a foul. Addie Johnson commits her second. Second team foul against the Bulldogs. Edmond Memorial, though, will keep that full court pressure on. Owens lobs it front court left. Johnson off the dribble, pulls up, got it. Mid-range jump shot, just her second basket. It's 4 straight for the Hornets, and here's the answer again after Memorial had made a run.
Memorial creeps back in, and then Booker T. Washington starts to pull away.
Ask it off of a Jolmstead screen, misses from out front. Rebound to Markayla Johnson. Here comes Booker T. On a 4-0 run to lead 45-41 with a basketball, and under 5.5 to play for the BOK Center. Day 2 of the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip. Ryan Mayberry spit it out front, kicks it off of the left wing side. Booker T being very disciplined on this offensive trip.
Yeah, they want to make the most out of this possession for sure, very cautiously stepping into it.
Owens drives baseline and a foul. It's a block against the Lady Bulldogs. That's their 3rd team foul, and this is going to go against Janiah Williams, who has her 2nd. Re-entering is Morris. There's your answer with 4 fouls. Honesty Hawkins comes in as well. Now Braxton will return for Booker T.
Very close to being a foul against Avery Jolmstead. It would have been her 4th, but fortunately, Janiah Williams able to take that one, just 2 on her.
5:10 to play here in the ball game. 45-41 Booker T. Off the inbounds pass, Johnson Cooper steps up to the free throw line, missed it, the foul on the rebound. It's going to cost Markayla Johnson her first personal and the team's third.
So much production for Markayla Johnson, both offensively and defensively, and here we are this late in the game, just now getting her first foul.
Glenn substitutes in for Braxton with 5:06 to play here in the ball game. Coming up next, big boy basketball. Number 1, Deo in Class 2A, the defending Tournament of Champions winner, as they will take on the Owasso Rams and Jalen Montanani. Addie Johnson to the front court. Honesty Hawkins. Hawkins angles to the right wing side. Now it's Morris, thought about a 3, right off the arc by Glenn. Now she veers right back left, sets a screen as she pitches to Addie Johnson. Trip forced to play in the fourth period. 45-41 Hornets. Jomstead steps back, puts up a 3, misses wide left. Ball caroms hard out of bounds, and it will go to the Hornets.
A lot of patience there for Edmond Memorial, and then a deep three-pointer from Jomstead. You would have loved to have seen it go, but I wonder if that was the shot that they really wanted to take or if they were kind of forced into that one.
I think Avery's going to be glad when this tournament's over. She has not found this gym to her shooting liking.
No, and it has been a frustrating tournament. She's had a lot of physical contact, a lot of physical play against her for 2 days.
Owens with it, left wing, veers into the paint, spins left, layup high off the window, no good. Rebound tipped. Williams has it for Memorial. She leads the break. Up ahead to Johnson, adding to the goal, layup good, and she's fouled. That's the way you push the issue. Off the glass, you attack the other way and get an and 1 after Kennedy Glenn is called for her second.
And Addie Johnson just quietly kind of putting this Edmond Memorial team on her back, making plays like that. Really a foul if you're Booker T you want to avoid right there. Addie Johnson had a clean look and no chance to take the lead. You'd like to just give her 2 and go on.
Braxton replaces Glenn out on the floor. The free throw to pull the Bulldogs to within 1 is short. Rebound is out of bounds, and it should be Memorial basketball. It is.
The heads-up play by Avery Jomstead to play that off the leg of Markayla Johnson.
45-43 at the halfway point here in the fourth period. Winner moves to the 7 o'clock championship game against the winner of tonight's 7 o'clock game, Sapulpa and Lincoln Christian. Left quarter, Addie Johnson. You can see it all right here on Squirtle. Honesty Hawkins, top of the circle. Now Morris out front. We're into the halfway point here of the fourth period. Look like Booker T might run away and hide. Memorial, to their credit, has battled their way back into it. Now it's a one-possession game. Williams for the 3 left wing, no good. Rebound to Hawkins, and she'll back it out with a dribble right side. To Morris, pump fakes, drives around Braxton to the goal. She's fouled. I just don't understand the defensive matchup there. As Braxton picks up her 4th, you're putting Bailey out there against Taylor Morris. We've had it more than once today, and there's no way Bailey Braxton can stay with her.
No, and Taylor Morris doesn't shoot a lot of threes. You'd like to see Booker T switch that and keep Braxton down low.
Morris' first foul shot is good. Taylor can tie the ball game with a second free throw. Would be just our third foul of the night, or third tie of the night, with 3:36 to play. Second one is on the way, and it rolls in. Did everything but pop out. Hung on the rim, had some backspin. Tied at 45. The Bulldogs on a 4-0 run.
Booker T. Washington's been held scoreless since the 5:56 mark here in the fourth quarter.
Owens with a stationary dribble into the front court. 3:20 to play in the ball game. We're tied at 45. Thought it would be a good one. It is not disappointed. Kylan Johnson Cooper lobs it to Markayla Johnson, down the paint, follow-away jumper, no good. Braxton with a rebound, kicks it out to Owens to the goal, and it's knocked away. Jomstead has it for Edmond Memorial. Now the Lady Bulldogs can take their first lead since it was 8-6. Up ahead it goes for Johnson, who goes back door and lays it in. That's 6 straight now for the Bulldogs. They lead by 2, 47-45. In the backcourt, Johnson with it. Lobs it to midcourt for Johnson Cooper. Right corner for 3 in the lead. Owens missed it. Follow shot short by Johnson Cooper. And another offensive rebound. Owens backs it out. Now loses it. Diving to the floor, the Edmond Lady Bulldogs. And we get a whistle and a tie-up. And I don't know that anybody ever secured the ball.
I don't think they ever did, but I can tell you 3 of the Lady Bulldogs got on the floor in an attempt to grab that ball. They want this game.
This has been a terrific come-from-behind effort by Edmond Memorial today. Trailed by as many as 14, and it's all started bad on that defensive end late in the first half, and it's carried over to the second half. Time out on the floor, 2:35 to play in regulation. Memorial with just their second lead of the day leads 47-45 here on Squirtle.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business.
Oh, Matt, we got the reason for the timeout. It wasn't charged to either side. It was actually because there was some blood that needed to be tended to out of the floor. Edmond Memorial has it. They lead by 2 with the basketball.
This is a big possession for Edmond Memorial here. A score can put them ahead by at least 2 possessions, and that is something that they need desperately right now.
2:23 to play. Addie Johnson to the goal. Layup is good. Boy, she has been big. She has 11 points, 9 since halftime. It's a 4-point lead for the Bulldogs, 49-45.
Addie Johnson has just very quietly kind of become the secret weapon for the Bulldogs in this one, getting her points in all late.
On a give and go, Johnson Cooper fumbles it. She's tied up. Booker T will keep it to the arrow with 2:01 to play. You hate to say it's a must-convert possession, but I think this is pretty close to one if it's not right here. Time out of the floor.
Let's not forget that Booker T. Washington hasn't scored since the 5:56 mark here in the fourth quarter.
49-45, Edmond Memorial. We're live at the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip on Squirtle.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC. We are Autry Technology Center.
Todd Miller, Matt Adair back here with you at the BOK Center. Booker T to inbound out of the timeout. 2 minutes to play. Kayla Johnson out front. Tough to say. Johnson Cooper, head of the circle. Right side, Mayberry open for 3. Got it! How about that? Her second 3. And just like that, it is a 1-point game with 1:40 to play.
That breaks nearly a 4-minute scoring drought for Booker T. Washington right here in prime time, too.
5th 3-pointer to drop. Jolmstead can't handle the pass, but a loose ball foul called against Owens, and that's her 3rd. Or are they calling that against Jolmstead? They're calling it on Avery, and that's her 4th.
That's a big one and a big turnover for Edmond Memorial right there. Jolmstead just on the wrong end of a 50-50 call.
That is huge. Jolmstead and Morris both out there for the Bulldogs with 4 fouls. 1:25 to play in regulation. You see the score on your screen. Booker T. Washington with the basketball. Tiara Owens guarded by Addie Johnson. Bounces it for Markayla Johnson. She drives against Williams, is cut off underneath the foul line, pitches right side to Owens, goes to the rim, big block. Williams knocked it out of bounds with 70 seconds to play.
Now that is the play of a player right there. Janiyah Williams perfectly timed that jump to get the block.
49-48, Memorial over Booker T. Washington late here in the ball game. They lob it for Braxton. She's cut out, kicks it left wing. Johnson Cooper rolls it off. Jomstead uncontested weak side for the rebound. We're under a minute now to play for the BOK Center in Tulsa. Left front court, Addie Johnson had a huge second half with 9 of her 11, and we get a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second break, so let's keep it right here. Preview the upcoming games for you tonight on Squirtle. Up next, Dale and Owasso. Boys semifinal number 1, girls semifinal number 2 at 7 o'clock. Sapulpa and Lincoln Christian. Nightcap tonight around 8:30. Crossings Christian against Edmond North.
Be really interesting to see out of the break how Edmond Memorial plays this possession. No shot clock in high school yet, of course. And they have got a 1-point lead. They don't have to score. So what will be the strategy coming out? Is it going to be try and stall away as much as you can with a good look, or are they going to try and keep the pedal to the metal and go get more points on the board?
Well, I think being aggressive has served them well here in the second half. They made some nice adjustments with Coach Crable in the locker room at halftime, kind of solving this Booker T defense that had held them in the first half for just 10 of 21 shooting and only 19 points. Memorial will inbound in the front court. Hawkins to do the honors to Williams. 50 seconds to play. 1-point Memorial lead, and here's still what it is. Johnson knocked it free out front. Kendall McClellan has it. Now she's in trouble with Addie Johnson. Lobs into the front court right side for Mayberry. Back out front to Owens. 34 seconds to play.
Situation's just reversed. Now, if you're Booker T, do you play to take the lead right here? Or do you want to win with the last shot?
Markayla Johnson to the rim, and she's fouled. Addie Johnson ended up on the floor. And let's see who they called on. I think they're calling it on Williams, and that's Janiyah Williams, third. So she hits 2 here after the 5th team foul of the period against Memorial. That would give Booker T the lead and a half minute to play, and more than likely you would think Memorial could play for the final shot, or would play for the final shot. First foul shot up, but it's good. Markayla Johnson, 5 of 5 at the foul line. One of the big differences of this one today is that the Hornets have shot much better from the stripe than have the Bulldogs. With that make, they're 12 of 15 for the stripe, make it 13 of 16. Johnson with 21. She has 8 here in the second half. 28 seconds to play. Into the front court is Honesty Hawkins. Booker T by 1, 50-49, and Morris, so she starts to attack. Timeout call. It's a full 60, so we're back after these messages from the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip on Squirtle.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Back at the BOK Center, the 58th annual plane of the Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip, along with Matt Adair, the Squirtle crew. I am Todd Miller, down to the final 21 seconds. Semifinal match number 1 of the girls' draw. Memorial of Edmond and Booker T. Washington of Tulsa. They get it to Jomstead, and she's wide open for the lay-in with 15 seconds to play. Johnson speeds back the other way. Johnson Cooper to the rim, throws it up, and a foul, and it's an offensive foul. And that's the 5th on Kylie Johnson Cooper. and she fouls out with 4 points. I know she had a little bit of an opening, Matt, but I don't know when you have the chance at the last possession in a 1-point game how Markayla Johnson doesn't touch the ball.
You got to wonder that as well. They have kept Cooper Johnson in the ballgame as of right now.
Booker T. Washington is going to call the timeout. If my totals are correct, they have 1 left. Memorial has 2 with 10.4 seconds to play. 51-50. Olmsted is one of the best players in the state of Oklahoma. One of the top juniors, not only in the state but the country. Been quiet. Had just 5 points, but been a big layup off an inbounds pass following the Memorial timeout. That's the difference. Flip the lead to 51-50 for the Bulldogs. 10.4 seconds to play. Both teams are over the 5-foul limit here in the period, so any foul would result in free throws. The possession arrow favors Edmond Memorial. And I was wrong. That is the final timeout for the Hornets. Rachel Craybaugh has 2 timeouts at her disposal. Kylin Johnson Cooper is still out of the floor. And now they're going to sound the horn. And now they're finally going to get from the scores table word to the Booker T bench that is her 5th.
I'm going to say
what that was really strange, Matt. Everybody in the place knew it, but the officials and the bench.
Yeah. And so they'll get it corrected now as Cooper Johnson will come out.
Ryan Mayberry will inbound the basketball. Kendall McClellan will front the entry pass. Coming in from Brooklyn Aska. She'll bounce it to Jolmstad. She's trapped and will be fouled. And a quick foul preserves time with 8.8 seconds to go. It is McClellan's first. So even if Jolmstad is a good foul shooter, goes to the line and hits 2, you still have almost 9 full seconds to work with. And at worst would be down by 3, Matt, but the problem is you have no timeout.
No, the timeouts is going to be a big one, but if you get the opportunity, you've got to be thinking Markayla Johnson at this point, whether it's a 2 or a 3.
First Jolmstad free throw is on the way and no good. Her first miss at 2 free throw attempts.
No timeouts left for Booker T, by the way. So if this free shot is missed, there's no timeout to set up a play. You got to run what you got.
Homestead's miss drops the Bulldogs to 9 of 17 today from the free throw line. Well, they need this one, so a 2-pointer wouldn't beat you, and she gets it. Here we go. 8 seconds to play. They inbound to Markayla Johnson. She goes down the paint, lays it up, and it back rims no good. Tips it up once. Ball tipped by Williams. Ball game over. Edmond Memorial comes back from 14 down. You can see on the monitor just how much this victory meant today to the representatives from Oklahoma County. 52-50 is the final score, and Matt, that one was well worth the price of admission.
Now, what an exciting ball game. At multiple times in the game, you thought Booker T. Washington was poised to just run away with it, but the fight in the Dogs has overcome it. A come-from-behind style victory and a tremendous game here at the Tournament of Champions.
We will be back to wrap it up and get you ready for Dale Owasso. It's up next here for the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip on Squirtle.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Todd Miller, Matt Adair, back here with you courtside at the BOK Center in Tulsa. The combatants for the next game, Dale and Owasso, have taken the floor. Boy, good one. They're going to have to play well to match that with 52-50 as it literally came down to the final shot, Matt, and it did not break the way of Booker T.
It certainly didn't, but what an exciting matchup. I mean, everybody in attendance got a heck of a show right there, and Booker T. Washington punches their ticket. Take a look at the numbers real quick. We'll start with turnovers. It was a pretty clean game from both sides. Booker T. Washington turned the ball over 16 times in the contest. Edmond Memorial had 11. In terms of rebounding, Booker T. Washington comes up with 31 rebounds, 22 defensive boards, 9 offensive boards. For Edmond Memorial, I said Booker T. punches their ticket. Edmond Memorial punches their ticket to the championship game. In terms of rebounds, Edmond Memorial had 26 rebounds, 18 defensive, and 8 offensive boards. Difference in the game really kind of came down to points in the paint. Edmond Memorial ends up with 34 points in the paint to just 14 for Booker T. Washington. Points off turnovers, another edge for Edmond Memorial. They had 20 compared to 12 for Booker T. Second chance points, Edmond Memorial leads that as well, 10-6. And fast break points favors Edmond Memorial as well, 8-6. Shooting-wise, Booker T. Washington closes out the day, shooting 38% from the floor, 41%, 5 of 12 from behind the three-point line, and 81%, 13 of 16 from the foul line. For Edmond Memorial, they shot 43% from the floor, 20 of 46. They were terrible for behind the arc today, just 2 of 13, and that's after going 0 of 6 in the first half. So 2 big three-pointers, both of them in the second half. They only shot 58% from the charity stripe. They were 10 of 17. In terms of point leaders for Booker T. Washington, Tiara Owens had 11. Markayla Johnson had 19. Cooper Johnson had 4 in the game. Ryan Mayberry had 7. Bailey Braxton had 2. And Kennedy Glenn had 7. For the winners, Edmond Memorial, Avery Jolmstead ended up with 8 points. Brooklyn Aska had 3. Taylor Morris had 9. Addie Johnson showed up big in the second half. She put in 11 points to her credit. Honesty Hawkins had 7. They were led in scoring by Janiyah Williams, who put down 14 today. She had 3 assists, 1 block, and 3 steals to go along with that 14-point performance that propelled Edmond Memorial to the championship game tomorrow night.
Partner, great job, man. It was like old times. Ride the bike with you, working together for the first time in a long, long time. And one of my favorite guys. It's always great to see you.
Appreciate that, Todd. It's been great. Thank you for the opportunity, and good luck with this game for Dale. It's going to be a great one.
52-50, the final score for Matt Adair. I'm Todd Miller. We'll switch gears, have the boys' game between Dale and Owasso next from the 58th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip on Squirtle.